We're live. Good morning. Good morning, Scotty. Good morning, Charlie. I don't know if I'm on time or not. Yeah. I was busy talking. So, we have a studio audience today. Hello, audience.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Real mild, hey. All right. So, we haven't been in here in a while. It's currently like, I don't know, mid-60s outside.
It feels amazing.
Great outside.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was telling Mom, yesterday felt phenomenal.
Yes.
I thought about grabbing a jacket when I went
It's
outside.
phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Okay, potatoes.
So real quick, Cub, tell us what you're doing.
So, I'm moving everything so I can cut a potato. You asked me to tell you what I was doing.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you making? Just
Oh, I saw it on TikTok, and I sent it to Mom.
happy to
And
meet you. Welcome back to the garage. Thank you.
I sent it to Mom, and I sent it to Dad. And Mom said, "Ooh, Dad sent me," and Dad never saw it because he never answered.
You showed
my
it to me.
and then I showed you.
So
But
how
it's
is
supposed to be like barbecue, like potatoes, but it might not be barbecue.
the guy did it in an air fryer? He
Yeah.
said it would take 30 minutes. So we're
30 minutes in an air fryer.
well, you had to
Well, like
You
this
can
start
do 'em all
to finish.
start to finish with 30 minutes. So
But
so how's college going? I know you just got moved in.
Is that Kyla?
Happy to meet you.
Oh, I didn't know that's who that was.
oh, that's Kyla.
I think it is.
Or it's one of them.
So
We have no idea actually.
Honey Badger, what's up, buddy? We're back in the garage. Yes. Long time coming. I had everything set up for Wednesday's show, and then Keto Mike wasn't feeling very good, so we just decided to postpone it. So everything was pretty much cleaned up and ready to go.
So basically, we could have won Star Wars trivia.
No, that was the week before.
It's over.
But I hear Mike's doing okay right now, so that's cool. So yeah, Cubs got this, and to be, I try not to get on TikTok very much anymore because that's like 3 hours wasted that I don't do anything. But I do when I do get on there. Some of y'all know I send.
You waste 3 hours doing a lot of other things.
Well, yeah, but
Not
at
the
least
same time.
sometimes the other things that I waste time on is constructive.
Constructive criticism.
I said sometimes.
Yeah, that garage sale guy you watched, he's helpful. Anyway, aren't you glad I'm back here?
Well, fortunately, they can't hear you because you're not talking loud enough. So
This is as loud as I'm talking.
yeah, I know. So anyway, so yeah, we're back, and so Cub had sent me this, and then I said, "What?" And she said, "Did you see this?" Da da da. And then she showed it to me like twice. So I have seen the actual video.
Potato is very thick.
Yes. So
I have a first aid kit in my car.
we got duct tape fixed the house.
I'm gonna grab the chocolate. I got it.
I can see what you're doing. It's the back.
Okay.
Yeah. But Charlie says after 15 seconds on TikTok he bails out. Yep. You know, some of it's really good, and some of it's kind of not. But it all depends on what you're looking for. Sometimes I get sent a lot of stuff that's funny. So other people spend a lot of time on there, and then they send me stuff, so it's cool. Bring back Vine. I never got into that one. I never got into Vine. I didn't understand it then.
You know, the kids were really young whenever that was out. It was 6-second videos, I think.
Something like that.
And we never paid attention to it either. What can you do with 6 seconds?
Oh, you can do a lot.
Dad.
Yeah. So let's see. So a couple prayer requests for anybody that's listening and is doing it. Y'all know I talked about the one lady who had breast cancer, and then she beat it, and it came back several years later. She beat it again, and it came back in her bones and stuff. And she was in the hospital with her gallbladder. They called in hospice last week, and she passed Friday. So, some prayers for the family. I mean, it's something that they saw coming, so it's not a surprise, but it's still a big thing. This lady was the first person that I met post-diagnosis. Well, yeah, post-diagnosis and during treatments that actually knew and understood exactly what I was going through. So, kind of a full circle type deal. But then another friend of ours, her cousin, passed away last night. So, some prayers. So, Cub, chop it away. Chop, choppity chop.
Chopperoo.
So, Honey Badger asked, what are you making? Potatoes?
Barbecue potatoes.
So she saw this thing on the old Tickety Top, and the guy had diced taters, and then he seasoned them, and he threw them in the air fryer, and browned up some chicken, coated them in barbecue sauce, and of course, said it was amazing, and everybody on TikTok needed to try it. So, in the video though, he did say, do not eat your taters raw. That is the best part of a tater for me. Just salt. Oh.
A raw potato.
Yeah.
Just a slice. With
You
some
take a slice, you put salt on it.
No.
Oh yeah. It's like the best part of a tater for me.
No, I'm not a big fan of crunchy potatoes unless they're deep fried.
Yeah. I don't fry, so I don't deep fry. But then the barbecue chicken, I was like, man, we've been doing that stuff for years. We just call that dinner. But because he was on TikTok and I'm using an air fryer, it's the most amazing thing ever. Let's see. Scotty, I grew up eating raw taters. Exactly. The one dish that Mom used to make was it was called tater tot casserole, and it was basically ground beef. I think it was cream and mushroom soup and onions, but my dad couldn't do onions, so they never put that in. And then you're supposed to coat the top with tater tots, but Mom always used sliced taters. So whenever she'd slice the taters, we'd be over there with the salt shaker, salting them and eating them as she was putting them on. So it was like our chips. And so she'd always end up cutting like an extra tater. Because me and my brother would salt them and eat them. And then you put cheddar cheese on top and you bake it till the taters are soft, and it's all, the ground beef is already brown, so it's just, you just go until the taters are soft and the cheese is melty. I've made it on here once or twice before. Salt and raw taters, thumbs up. Heck yeah, buddy. That's good country kitchen right there. Let's see. So, interesting fact. This morning, while I was
Before you.
yes, I overslept because we did.
Which I never get up before that. And this Sunday, because I said, like we said, the coffee pot last night. I set it for 6:45. He goes, I won't be up then. No, I set it for 7:30.
Yeah, I said I'll be up way before then.
So he set it for 6:45. He's like, my alarm goes off at 7. And I was like, okay, no.
It didn't go off this morning. But what was I going to say?
Something about this morning.
squirrel.
Yeah, it happens.
All the time.
It's an interesting fact. This
Oh.
morning.
So one of the, I guess, semi-local, it's in the state of South Carolina. One of the festivals is having a barbecue cook-off, and it's up in Malden, and they had a representative from the SCBA and a cook team on the news to talk about the event. And it was kind of cool because the cook team was the ones who Rusty and I were parked beside on our very first event several years ago. And they helped us all the way through. And so it's kind of neat seeing these guys on the news.
A really great group of guys.
So that was kind of cool. I was just like, I wasn't expecting to see anything like that. I was like, whoa. It looked like our friend Jason, he posted in the F3 group up around where he's at. He had a neck surgery. He's in a brace. But he was out, looked like he got out doing a workout this morning. So pretty cool. Pretty cool that he was able to get out and do that. So did a couple big cooks this week. Getting ready for our event on Tuesday. Cooked up. So I went through the freezer and I had 2 butts in the freezer. And then I found 2 butts on sale, on markdown. So I was like, all right, well, that's 4 butts. That should be good. But I didn't pay attention to the poundage. Why? I don't know. It never crossed my mind. Radiated, I don't know. But when I got it, I did a long cook. I did a domino rub, just a salt pepper rub. And, when I wrapped it, I put the vinegar sauce in it. Man, it was great. Used cherry wood and B&B.
That's hot.
And B&B lump. And, man, I got a heck of a smoke ring on it. Awesome. Tasted great, but then I only put up 13 pounds. And I said, something just ain't right. Something just, I don't know. I should have had more than that. Well, so I talked to the guy, and he said, no. He goes, we need more than that. So I bit the bullet, and I went to Sam's Club, paid the $2.49 a pound, got 3 more butts, big ones, 9 pounds and some change. Cooked them up yesterday, and we put up another 13 pounds. So while I was doing that, I was kind of like, man, how much I got wrapped up in this? Because we get reimbursed. So, it's not like we're just out, that it's all donation. And I was kind of getting a little nervous. And then I noticed that the 2 butts I had in the freezer were only 6 pounders. So they were smaller than what I normally cook. And that's why my first batch was way low. So anyway, long story short, I did little snippets of the cooks, and then we're going to try to do a kind of like a talk about F3 and this giving back thing that they're doing. So something different, kind of a day in the life, I guess, but something different, kind of just to show us giving back. And Cub's going to help me serve. Rest of you talked about coming.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And Brian had talked about coming, our buddy Brian. So then there's going to be a bunch of F3 guys there, so we'll get to chat with them and kind of see, let them talk a little bit. Won't be able to show the people at the men's shelter, but just because we don't have permission to be filming there, but I'm gonna take some snapshots of the setup and whatnot. And anyway, so it was kind of cool. So I got that in. Do a pork butt catch and cook. I didn't even think about that, doing the pork butt catch and cook. I got one where I fished it out of the fridge. I think I fished it out of the fridge. I don't know if I got that on there or not. I'd have to look. Rusty, have you ever bought meat off of Facebook Marketplace?
Actually,
Oh,
one of these places where was advertising on Facebook Marketplace. They were all set up at the mall parking lot, and we drove down there and bought the boxes of steak and chicken and stuff.
okay.
But they were just advertising on Marketplace.
So it's like 20 ribeyes for $20.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the mall parking lot.
Yeah. Well, I've had the guys that drive up.
How does horse meat taste?
You know, we had a guy pull up in this old truck with like this painted on sign over there,
Yeah.
and Lee had annoyed the piss out of me. So I said, "Hold on, let me get my husband." And I brought Lee out and I said, "Lee, this guy'd like to talk to you." And Lee was like, yeah, I don't know." And the guy starts unloading his whole truck to show me all this meat. He's staring at me, and I'm like, "Stop." And I just went in the house. I think he was out here with the man for like 45 minutes.
Because when they do that, when they do that, they
Because you're pissing me off.
unload the truck to show you what you're buying, and then they're mad that they gotta load it back up because you didn't buy anything.
And it irritated you. They're like, this is also the man anyone who comes to the door, like any seller, Lee's like, honey, they need you at the door. The door. The people selling books for the summer, you know, they need to sell their quota so they can go back home, or whatever the situation is, he would give me all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here, take the meat, man.
She's also the keeper of the checkbook and the passwords for the
Everything.
banking. Yeah. So I have no idea what money's in there. I have no idea where things are. Yeah. So
I can shut you down so fast.
yeah, she could cut me off and you know. So I'm just hoping that when I go to get gas that the card's accepted. And which it is. I mean, it's not a problem. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're fine," but because I'm not driving there as much as what I used
If
to.
you irritated me, I'd just go in there and change
But-
your PIN number.
So I'm always like, "Hey, you want money? I don't have access to any of it." So yeah.
I forgot to cut things on.
Well, that was before you cut the taters.
Well, yeah, but I have to cut chicken.
Oh,
Potatoes, I can just Clorox wipe this and it's fine.
Yeah.
Chicken, I can't.
those. So I found these marinated chicken breasts the other day at Food
But I'm
Line,
also double checking my recipe because I don't want to mess it up.
and they're in show them the buffalo chicken. So it come in a little pack. It's by Tyson. It's a buffalo style chicken. And were they strips or are they breasts? They were already cut up, were they, last night?
The breast thing.
They were cut up like cinders.
Yeah.
Those are single ones.
So they're already cut. So it's like supposed to be like a quick fajita style, because there was a fajita one right next to it.
They're too big for fajitas.
Okay.
They're like if I order chicken tenders in a restaurant, or if the kids order them.
Okay.
That's the size of them.
Okay. So they're chicken buffalo style chicken tenders. But anyway, they were pretty good.
There's a Walmart bag behind you. Is that empty?
A water bag?
The Walmart bag.
Oh,
No, but it can be.
Yeah, it's going to need to be.
Please.
Please and thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome.
So
Blood
Thank you.
So-
potatoes.
So I picked that up just kind of curiosity. Mama cooked it up last night. What'd you think of it?
Potatoes.
It was good.
Potatoes.
They were
Potatoes.
they were pretty spicy, because sometimes you get that buffalo chicken from the store
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't taste anything. I put it on my salad. I had a little more like hot sauce on there, and I was like, oh, my mouth is a little fiery. It was good
Okay. Okay. So there's that.
because it also didn't like it looks really kind of saucy there, but then when you cook it, it doesn't. It's not like what you think of as a buffalo chicken. Like it doesn't go orange colored. You know how what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It kind of has a tint, and you're like, oh, I don't think much is on here. No, it really is.
It really had a lot on there. Okay.
It's really
It's
good.
been marinading.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been hanging out in that sauce.
It's been
Okay.
infused with flavor.
It might almost be because I'm not eating breading really on chicken. It's pretty daggone tasty.
Well, good. Okay, so there's a tender. You can see it. Yeah. Nice. That one looked kind of butchered.
These are some early tenders. This is the only good one.
Well, anyway. So,
Same place.
In my stomach.
so what have you guys been up to? Anything?
Not really.
I had to go run a service call yesterday in Lancaster for Aldi, and I left the house about 11 o'clock. Cause when I ran the tracking, it said the part was going to be there by 12 o'clock. So I left the house at 11 so I could get there, swap out their computer and their credit card machine, and then come on back. And I got out there and I waited. 1 o'clock rolled around, 2 o'clock rolled around. I ran the tracking, kept running, and it kept saying it's going to be here by 12. Finally, I called my boss and I said, I'll wait here as long as you want me to, but how long do you want me to wait for this part? He said, you done got an hour you drove there, 2 hours waiting, an hour to drive back. He said, I can't pay you to do nothing. He said, just go ahead and reschedule.
Well,
So rescheduled it, and I kept checking their tracking during the day. And my last update was 7 o'clock last night at the auction, and it still said going to be delivered by 12 p.m.
oh, geez.
I got up this morning and the message finally changed. We will update the tracking whenever we have more information. So the part was lost yesterday.
Man. So how was the auction? So the auction's how it started back up?
Actually, we didn't get to stay very long. We had our the death in the family, and we had to leave last night around 8 o'clock. So, but it was Ricky, the same guy that has the brand new, selling the Tide and the Gain and all the the brand new stuff like Target box, Target sale and stuff.
Okay.
So we didn't get to really see that much because we had to leave so soon.
All right.
And Chris, he had the same stuff he always has.
All the snacks.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And I was nervous because Brian was planning on going to the auction. I was like, swear, if you come home with a bunch of junk food, because we are trying to eat healthier and we're being more mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. And I was like, if you come home with 4 boxes of snack cakes, you're going to completely undo everything we did.
Yeah. So they're doing the what would we say, counting carbs, carb counting,
No.
Calories.
calories.
We're just straight tracking what we eat this week.
Yep.
So we can make the changes if we want to, but if we go over this week, we're not going to stress about it because it's the very beginning.
Yep.
Which is why I didn't get super upset when he brought home a 6-pack of Krispy Kremes yesterday from the store.
A good diet has to have Krispy Kreme.
I only
in it,
had
right?
one. I was very proud of myself. I only had one. There were 2 left this morning when I left the house, so we'll see if there are any left when I get home.
Oh, all right.
But they were the Barbie ones, the
We just saw those.
65th anniversary Barbie decorated donuts.
We were walking through the grocery yesterday, and we stopped and got cheese ball and wheat thins, and had to get cheddar cheese for which the Krispy Kremes are on that section.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to walk past those to get the butter, the eggs, the cheese. So cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Mama?
Nothing.
Nice.
I just worked.
Yeah.
I did think I planned out my October days to work.
Okay.
And I kind of planned them. I have to show you. I think I'm planning them so I can get my hair colored because these grays are coming in. So I had to plan it with when she has availability. It's not really about what happens here. It's so that I can deal with this.
And we got our place booked for Edisto.
Yes, because I had to also plan around.
Yeah, in middle of I don't remember what it was last year, year before, wasn't it? Year before. We went to Edisto and we did a barbecue comp there. We did some interviews and we judged it. And then we did some interviews and walked around a little bit. And then we spent that Saturday there. Stayed at a little camper. And this time, because Rusty's wife wants to go, and we got somebody else that's supposed to be flying in for the weekend. Good possibility flying in for the weekend. We got an Airbnb, so we'll be at the beach Friday, Saturday, and head out Sunday.
It's 1 block for the beach, so
Yep, 1 block from the beach, so that sounds pretty cool.
I will walk my happy tail there and sit in the sand.
Yep. So we got that booked and planned, so that's coming up.
So I had to look at that because you have an appointment next month too. So I was like, let me do a comp day. I'm like, oh no, Peyton should be home here, and we're going to the beach here, and I don't want to work this day, and I don't want to work this day. I had to negotiate, so it's going to be a really messy 2 weeks. But then it'll all be done until November.
Are you gonna have the 26th off?
Yeah, because I think I'm going to knock out if it's available. I have to look. I'm going to knock out a Saturday and Sunday the same weekend.
Oops,
I kind of do it every 3 days, have a day off thing.
Nice.
Oh, I'm getting some coffee, cub.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
So that's
7 hours in, and she's just not getting the chicken cut.
I'm going to pop on our site and see if those days are available and start taking them so nobody else can get them. And then put in a day
Go ahead
off.
and stir your taters.
No, you can
So-
flip them.
These ones.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, I need
I'm
the bowl.
sitting on 2 weeks of vacation right now, plus the week we have planned in December.
Okay, so these
So I
are
have
good.
time.
Yes.
I need to start taking that.
Yes.
But
And just for anybody who's curious, this is Grandma Pearl skillet. Analog glass lid.
Don't puncture my taters.
Nope.
oh, I didn't even see it. Okay. I can.
We said it was 210. I said you 110. So.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, let me get by you. Well, doing great, kid. So do we talk about football?
No.
No? Okay.
That hasn't happened yet. The game ain't till 2, 3 o'clock.
Don't even throw it. Not where it is.
Hell, does somebody have a nice?
You're talking about Panthers game?
You know, it was one of my friends was on Facebook this morning talking about he can't wait till 3 o'clock because the game starts at 3, whatever he was going. I can't remember which one it was. I don't even
Let's
know
say
what
the Panthers play at 1.
There's
Yeah.
one, yeah.
The Panthers
I thought the
play,
game started either 1 or 4:30
yeah, New Orleans, and then the Bengals play
at 1.
New England. Yep.
And the Colts play at 1, and they play the Texans.
Well, I don't have them on the TV. So I'll be
Well,
setting up the third.
Something's wrong with your TV then.
I'll be setting up the second TV and watching both games at once.
Time to double check.
But there's some big upsets yesterday in college. Teton lost. Yay!
Yeah.
This may be the only time that you hear me say, "Go Longhorns."
Which one is tea time?
Oh my
I was gonna ask that too. So
University.
God! You
of
know.
University of
It
Michigan.
stands
Oh,
for
the
that
team up
team
north.
up north.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay.
Oh, Rusty.
He needs a refresher.
I-
College
We can talk about this in a whole year. It'll
But yes, so my second favorite team, which is anybody who plays Teton.
True story.
Yeah. So of course I'm a Buckeye, and I gotta say the new Weber grill looks amazing. And I believe when I looked at it, it was $299. That's a little bit much for my my budget.
The textbook is closed for that purchase.
What's the grill got to do with Ohio?
So this is the first time Weber's come out with college themed, I believe. I could be wrong. College themed grills. So the Weber lid, how it's rounded, they painted it to look like an Ohio State helmet.
Oh, okay.
So it's got the helmet stripes, it's got the little Buckeye leaves all over. It's gray. It looks amazing. But yeah, it's kind of $300 is a little outside my budget. But it looks amazing. So I might have to get like a little $45 Smoky Joe and some cans of rattle can.
So I was sitting at work yesterday and I get this text message. Mom, this is crap. We now have to pay for tickets. Can you send me some money? And I did what any good mother does.
From the
I
middle child.
I said, well, it's going to cost you one picture. Sure enough, here comes the picture. There Venmo's the money.
Because the boy is up there. And so instead of him buying tickets, they said, Mom will always buy the ticket. And the boy is not very willing to be photogenic.
No. So if I get a picture, it was well worth it. And it wasn't a lot. I mean, shoot, the girls spend more than that on coffee a week.
Whoa.
Well, that's rough because Cub goes to coffee 2 to 3 times a day.
No, don't.
You go twice a day.
What were the tickets for?
The way
No,
home.
I don't for Western things.
I go get a dollar drink.
Why did she all of a sudden have to pay for tickets this time? Did they usually get tickets free or something?
Yeah, the tickets used to be part of their tuition.
And they're not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently they're not.
Yeah, with smaller schools, you can just go
You
to
can
the
just
game.
go because
Yeah.
nobody's fighting to go there. You know, like they don't have
And
anyone
some-
that's family.
I mean, even some D1 schools, because in Miami, you just walk down the stadium and you walk in.
show your ID and you're
Yeah.
in. But they needed money for tickets, and I'm like, okay. I got a picture. I was happy.
I will say though, honestly, I didn't really pay attention to much of the second half of the Buckeyes game because I was pulling pork. I was kind of listening, but
Did they shut it out?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't check the score. I
Yeah.
knew they weren't coming back. In
Yeah.
like 2
Yeah.
minutes.
And I gotta
we
say,
got the 2-minute warning.
I gotta say, I flipped on the Penn State Bowling Green. Wow, BG came out of nowhere. It was,
They were so close.
yeah, when I turned it on, it was 27-24. BG was only down by a field goal, and I was like, man, where the heck did they come from? Pretty awesome there.
They came from Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, well, which is interesting because my nephew just started there. So when I saw Penn State was playing, one of the guys in the mornings is a Penn State fan. So it was kind of like let's see what's going on here. And they always remind me of Spaceballs because of their white helmets. But yeah,
In their blue field.
so they let's see what other big upset was there?
Did Clemson lose again?
No.
I don't think so. I didn't pay attention.
I didn't either. I'm thinking
Carolina won,
UNC.
didn't they?
Yeah, Carolina won.
South Carolina beat Kentucky. I did watch some of the Arkansas Okie State
We watched the
double
second
overtime.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty wild. Field goals, man. Field goals. Both teams missed field goals.
I just think it's unfair to put such pressure on one kid on the team. You need to kick this ball, and if you don't kick it in the right place, tens of thousands of people are going to hate you.
Yeah. And that's why was it McCord left last year from Ohio State, the quarterback, because of all the pressure from losing after they lost to Teton. there was so much pressure and hate mail and death threats.
See, they're kids. These are
Yeah.
kids.
Exactly.
Even
And it's a
even
game.
if they're 20 or 21 or 22,
It
they're
is-
still kids.
It to somebody who's not into college football, it's just a game. To the rational people, it's just a game. But you know, when you're younger and that's life. I mean, that's winning is college football's it.
When you're a jerk.
Well, I
you're
mean,
a
when-
jerk.
Yeah,
When we grew up, I mean,
no
it was.
player deserves, no college player, nobody
No,
deserves to
I mean,
receive
we would-
death threats over a
Yeah,
game.
I don't get the death threat stuff,
And
but
I don't get people who call for firing of coaches after a loss. The coach called the play, sure,
well, the offensive coordinator.
but still, like those people call the play, but
Right.
they're not the ones doing any of the
You
work.
can't coach, don't drop the ball. You don't coach, don't throw the ball to the other team. I mean, that's a personal
Right.
decision that
Like,
player
it
made.
just
It's a
happened.
mistake.
But then you have all these coaches that are like getting fired after a losing season. Well, they weren't the ones on the field. I get
Well,
that they're supposed to train them to do
Well,
the
and-
work.
They come up
nobody-
with it's like if you have a company that has like millions in losses, you're
Right.
gonna fire the CEO. I mean, that's
Right.
essentially the same
But I'm
thing.
just like, stop, y'all. It's those people who made all the mistakes. You
Right.
need to look.
well, nobody
at
looks at
first.
the offensive coordinator and says you screwed up,
Yeah.
which is interesting because this year they're very focused. This game especially, very focused on who was making the calling the plays. Ryan Day is not calling the plays. You know, and it was like, kind of boosting this other guy, but you know, it's kind of it was.
I do think that Ryan Day's head will be on the chopping block this year if he doesn't.
If he doesn't beat
If he
Teton,
didn't
yeah.
beat
Yeah.
Teton, I think he's in trouble.
I mean, that's
Absolutely.
that is the number one thing as an Ohio State coach is you have to beat Teton and then have a winning record.
I mean, in fairness, they were cheating for the last few years.
Yes.
So, which was, if you haven't watched Sign Stealer on Netflix, watch it. They basically, everybody admitted that they had been cheating for a long time, for years.
This all goes back. I mean, they found that out during
It
The
looks like I have
Patriots.
so much muscle.
And how
Like
interesting
him.
that the year
This
after Harbaugh
It's
and the guy
I'm like
who
a Hulk. Okay,
was
I got like
the ringleader of the sign stealing are gone.
no like
Look at that. They get
why
their ass
why did
beat.
Harbaugh leave was because they were looking into him
Oh,
about it.
absolutely.
And same thing with what's the guy Pete
And
Carroll.
this is just personal opinion. We don't need anyone suing us for slander. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're doing so Pete Carroll did the same thing.
all people.
As soon as they started looking at him about cheating or whatever, he jumped ship, went to the NFL. So now they can't come after him. They go after the school,
Absolutely.
and the school got the penalties.
Right.
So Penn State was the same way when they had all their trouble. The school got penalized.
So it is my opinion that Harbaugh 100% knew of everything that was happening
Oh yeah,
when it was happening.
oh yeah.
But regardless, even if he didn't know, he should have still been punished more than a 3-game suspension because you're in charge of those people. You need to know what your people are doing.
Yes.
So I was like, I don't care if he knew or not, although I absolutely, in my heart of hearts, believe he knew and probably helped coordinate everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's crazy, like the evidence that they showed on this documentary. It was, I mean, they were spending like tens of thousands of dollars a year on tickets to other teams' games.
Yep.
And the guy's like, oh yeah, I buy and sell tickets. It's just a side hustle that I do. They're like, you're buying tickets in the third row on the 50-yard line, and then you're selling them to friends for $100. You're not making money. You're an assistant coach.
But this,
You don't have the money to spend $6,000 on a ticket and then sell it for $100.
but that goes. That's been around forever. Like in the movie We Are Marshall, they show Red going to the games,
Right, and there's
and
nothing
to
wrong
recruit,
with going.
you're checking that out,
Right.
and then you're seeing what kind of offense they're running. Hey, they run a spread. This guy is running this.
Right. But
Their defense is
you're
here.
not allowed to film it. And
They're
then study it.
nickel package, and they're
That's
Jotting
a little
notes.
different.
People
They have
have
that
said, "Oh
started
boy,
program.
sports ball."
oh, sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie.
Why? Who does he like?
He's not into the NFL or
And the last like 20
Sports.
minutes. It's just,
So no, how's it coming?
it's cooking.
Colin's like, you guys have hijacked my show.
sorry. So what else is new?
Sports gives me a headache
Yeah, it can.
because
Go sports.
I don't care that much about it.
So what else you got, Cub? Any other TikToks you want to talk about?
So there's a sport in the pair.
I am making a TikTok today.
Oh, how'd your blog go from last week?
And
It's actually in my
I'm
photos.
gonna have to look.
But you haven't posted it yet.
Players are blindfolded?
It's in my photo album.
I don't know what they do.
I just
Called
every
gold.
time I watch it, I laugh.
Like, that
Because
sounds
I'm
more
an
than
idiot.
Aaron.
Well, I gotta say, when I posted the
Go.
unmeat videos, the taste test,
That nasty crap you had
Yes.
me and Peyton eat.
I still laugh at it because I had a good time with it.
Oh, see, I have a video. When you were cooking the like we did 2 and then we waited and did the other 2. Because we did the s'mores ramen first.
Oh yeah.
Then we did the
taste
unmeat.
test. Yeah.
In between, I recorded a video on Snap with Peyton, and she goes, "I'm suing him for emotional damage."
Yeah.
And then
So-
she come back and said, "And bowel damage."
And
I said,
and
"Bowel."
I want to say about the ramen noodle thing. I went back and watched it again, and I still did not see the s'mores. All I saw was the breakfast thing.
Well, I know I recorded it. I must not have made the cut then.
Well, we're not redoing that.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It doesn't sound like it should be.
No.
The dogs would not even eat it.
Yeah, that stuff was bad.
And that spam video you did the other day put up, whenever you sliced it, I'm looking at the chunks of shit inside there. I'm like, this doesn't even look appetizing.
Yeah, and I don't
It
know.
wasn't.
I don't like. I didn't read the directions or the
The
ingredients.
directions.
Yeah, the ingredients. And I was gonna
Chop,
wash
chop,
the cans
cook,
and
cook.
keep them, but I think they made it to the trash.
So Lee bought me some. It's a package of meat, like it was like teriyaki, and just the
Saints. Same stir fry. They have it by the lunch meat where the prepackaged like Jim Beam barbecue and the Bob Evans
It sounds like
the
something
microwave packs.
I could enjoy. So we heated it up, and I peel off the cellophane or whatever on the top,
I was,
and
like,
I'm
you
looking
could
at
touch
it, and
it.
I'm like, oh, this doesn't look tasty. And
It looked like a hot
I
cow
put it
patty.
in a bowl, like thinking, okay, well maybe I gotta get out of that. But let me just get the meat part out. And I was like, I'm not sure still about this. And I took a bite. I was like, this. No. And he said, honey, what's wrong? I said, I feel like I'm eating dog food. The texture, like you used to like canned dog food out of that can.
Yeah.
That texture. That's what it tasted like.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I'm like, okay, well, let me try without the sauce. Thinking it was a gravy-ish, like the teriyaki part. Nope. I said, Nolan, she's like, she put it in her mouth. She's like, oh gosh, no. We said, Lee, do you want to taste it? He goes, no.
y'all just like spit it out and was like, "Ugh."
I threw it all away. I'm like, I won't eat. I will not give this to the dogs. One, like they would probably like it, but I don't know if the dogs are good with teriyaki because I just shampooed carpets a couple weeks ago. I don't need any mess.
Yeah. The ramen noodles, you guys might have seen it going through Wally World. They came out with the little, it's like cup of noodles, right?
How's it going?
Excuse you.
Stir it. Do something. How
The-
long does it cook?
The cup of noodles
Wait,
and it's
supposedly,
s'mores and breakfast.
according to the tickety talk, potatoes should have been done in 30 minutes, but that's they put that in the air fryer. It's gonna be a little slow because we're not using an air fryer. And technically, I didn't pay attention to how long it said it would actually take. I just know that it was under $10.
So
How long will it take? It's under $10 because
Yeah.
you're gonna wait all day.
Think, hold on. Wow.
So the The-
chicken
the-
looks like it's almost
The
done.
cup of noodles breakfast
I
had
mean, it
like
looks
From here.
dehydrated eggs and sausage in it, and it was not.
I'm watching it. Hold on.
It tasted like watered
Move your
down
chicken
eggs from a
with a
hotel.
lot because it just keeps dying.
She's moved it around.
I bet.
The s'mores was like
Yeah, it's good.
almost like if you had a hot chocolate
Take it
and then you drank it all, and there was a little bit left, and you filled it up with
on
water.
it to make sure we
Like
don't
filled the cup with water and drank it. It was not
Is it on the side? Is it not?
and the dogs would not eat that. Rex liked the unmeat stuff, the vegan spam.
I was gonna say, what did you think about it?
If I put it in something, it was better. Like I made a pimento cheese sandwich with it, and it was good. Like then you didn't have any.
If you
It just tasted like
cover it with
flavorless,
flavor and the texture is fine.
meat. I did actually put it away, and then like later on in the week, I had it with some eggs. So like I just sliced it up,
What do you need?
threw some eggs in with it, and it was good. It wasn't. I
Another
wouldn't
bowl.
go back and buy it again for the cost. I'd rather get regular
I
spam.
have a bowl up there, no?
But
but I don't know if I'm pulling.
Ask your
Uh,
father for help.
Paw dragon.
couple
Assistance required. Well, not really assistance. More like your height.
height required.
I need
You
that
know,
one.
you have to be this tall to get on the ride, right?
Watch
And
it.
you have to be my height.
You
to
want
eat.
this? You want this one?
No, because I need to hold the chicken.
Oh!
I'm not done.
I thought you were like.
I need a holder for my chicken.
Okay. You need another?
Those are your potatoes.
Yeah.
These are also potatoes on that.
Where's the salt?
The salt is right in front of your eyes, brother. Right?
Way over there. Yeah.
It's the best way, Knowles.
You had to do that over my chicken.
It all went on there. It was just sketching with. You're all right.
Oh.
I'm getting another piece.
You take the whole container.
It's the best way to eat theirs for me. I don't care for them cooked. I don't care for them fried. Mm-mm-mm.
I like them all those other ways.
Yeah.
I only like them the other way.
I like them a lot of ways. Potatoes, 100 ways.
Tom's Food Factory. What's going on, man? Chicken. What are chicken taters?
Potatoes with chicken.
Well, you did ask, my friend. And some dish she found on TikTok, Tickety Top, and basically fried taters
Smells good.
I know.
with buffalo chicken on top, and then you put barbecue sauce on it.
You don't just put barbecue. Oh, I didn't grab barbecue sauce.
Well, you're using buffalo.
But you're supposed to put barbecue sauce on it. That's what makes a barbecue chicken.
Yeah, I didn't grab barbecue sauce because I didn't find it in the fridge, and I wasn't looking through the pantry. So
Scared spuds. That's what chicken taters are. They're scared taters.
was that
Chicken.
supposed to be like a dad joke?
Chicken, like you're a chicken.
I got it.
What are you, a chicken?
Yep, that's a dad joke.
Yeah.
I got it. It just wasn't funny.
All right, morning, Tom.
Chicken is done.
Charlie gave me some kind of virus.
Go
Ooh,
get tested.
Mononucleosis.
ooh, I don't know. I'm sure Walgreens has the cream for that.
I saw
What's up, Mega
somebody
Fred?
so when me and Morgan were hanging out, we went into a store and we saw somebody that I knew who was getting like butt cream and like wood like removal and stuff. And we were like, huh? And they came up to talk to us because they knew who I was, and they came up to say hi. And they have like a whole bunch of weird things in their hand. They had like the butt cream, wart removal, They had bone cream. They had like.
And they were going through it.
They had
You should
lube.
just say,
They had
I
lube
hear that.
and baby oil. And I was so confused.
It could be a whole shopping list for the fam. You don't know.
I don't know, but that's just like one of the most oddest carts I guess I've seen. Cause that's just
It's weird.
it's a little weird.
How about
Yeah.
your potatoes?
Potatoes.
Yeah, Mega
They're
Fred.
suffocating. I need
That
to-
is an F3 thing. I've been doing it for about just shy of a year now, about 11 months. I just walk. I don't do all the exercise and stuff, but I just walk, and I've been trying to get into a little more of the giving back extracurricular things. So it's been good. I try to get together with that group at least 3 times a week. Sometimes 4 if I can get my butt out of bed. But yeah, it's been really good. And that thing there that's hanging up is one of the guys made that on his 3D printer.
Okay.
He made a whole bunch of them and gave them out to us last year for Christmas. So
What are you getting?
Barbecue sauce.
You
You're
have
supposed-
buffalo chicken though.
that's what the thing was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't think you would mix up, but
yeah. It's
I thought you did the barbecue sauce if you had just regular chicken.
I don't know.
that's what I thought. But
It'll be fine. It'll just be spicy.
I think it would be tasty.
So yeah, I just walk. The other day, so I went out Wednesday and I went out Friday, and I kept a 17.5 mile or minute a mile pace. So that's pretty cool. That's one of my better outings, 2 outings in a row. In fact, Friday I did it. We went out for about 45 minutes. 50 minutes, and I kept it was a 17.5 54 mile.
I don't know. Dad said he bought sweet baby rice, but I can't find it.
It's in there. Yes, it is.
Where?
It's in the pantry. Not where that one was, but we're on the other side. It's in one of the other baskets. But then the second mile was 1/100th of a second slower. So I thought that was kind of like when my watch comes across and says, "You've completed, your mile," and it is this period. I was like, wait a minute. My last one was 0.54. This one's 0.55. It was just kind of like interesting. Like, nobody else cares, but it's all right.
Nice.
I got it. I
Congrats,
enjoyed it.
Julie. Good job.
So yeah, it's been interesting. Oh my gosh!
It was in
What?
the basket. It was on the floor,
My gosh, what is
on the
that?
very bottom shelf.
This one thing?
The love of a father and daughter.
right, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it. There's a meme like going around. It's like, you can't hurt my feelings. I just passed my father tools. And
Yeah.
I used to hand the wrong
I used to
tools
hand
my
the
dad.
wrong tool to my dad. Whatever.
So yeah, Mega Fred. It's been the group of guys. I mean, you get all walks of life, and it's all faith based, and you get. It's not one denomination. You get people from all walks of life, all religious backgrounds, and I mean, you're coming together for just a bunch of guys getting around to talk and hang out and exercise. They do all the heavy workouts. I'm in it for walking, and you got to kind of remind yourself that you got the clicks, you got the politics and all, but you got to ask yourself, what am I in it for? And if you're in it to try to run it,
Nolan, what's
that's your
that?
thing.
Nothing.
Oh,
Then that's your thing. But for me, I'm in it to walk and to better myself, and that's what I'm doing. So, but yeah, I highly recommend it because it's done a lot for me. And I just get out and walk, and the guys that I'm with, they don't care. They're like, "All right, man, we'll see you in a little bit." They're just glad you're out there. So have a great weekend, buddy. He's a Niners fan. I don't know who the Niners are playing. I know it's not Green Bay because they just played in Brazil. Yeah. Yeah.
Not the Ravens, not the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Anyway, the Swifties have already played.
Stop. So you just
Collaborate.
mix it all up together, Nolan? The chicken, potatoes, and the cheese, just mix it together?
Mom was starting to rap there. Stop. Collaborate and listen. I expected to bring in bitch and something. Grab the hold of me tightly.
Blow like a harpoon, baby, and nightly.
Yo, I don't know. Yep. Oh man. So what's anybody got coming up that they want to talk about? Now that I've rambled on about.
I'm gonna go see Courtney.
Okay, you're going to your friends down in Columbia.
Yeah. Saturday.
Our next 5K is coming up Saturday.
Yep. So
This time I'll get.
yep. So we got a another 5K. It
It doesn't look like it
is
did in the picture. Still won't eat it.
it's up at the airport. I forget what the
Fit to Fly is the name of it. It's
Yeah.
to benefit like a youth aviation, it's like an organization that gets youth involved in aviation, like no matter what their background is.
okay. I didn't know what it was.
Civil Air
benefiting.
Patrol.
I can't remember the name. It's an acronym. It's like ACES or something like that.
Up from Illinois, the Civil Air Patrol was really, really popular. We had CAP everywhere. Like we have Boy Scouts down here. CAP was the big, prevalent youth, group activity up there.
Okay. So yeah, that's coming up. Kind of looking forward to that because we
took the last couple months off.
haven't done one in a couple months just because
We haven't. Jen has.
yeah, we haven't done one in a couple months, but schedules were tight, so work schedules and whatnot. So, but we'll definitely be hanging one up next week on the door.
And then in 2 weeks, it's my first wedding anniversary.
Woo! The first wedding
Doesn't
anniversary.
it seem like just yesterday we were up there?
Everything seems like just yesterday for me.
It's
So-
crazy how this year has flown by. And then in 2.5 weeks, I get to go meet my new niece.
Nice.
Yes. I finished her blanket.
Oh, good. Good. You have to show it to us. Well,
I have a photo I can show you. It's not the prettiest, but it was made with love.
so how did you make it? Like a t-shirt blanket?
No, I crocheted it.
Crochet.
Yes. So
That's like grandma's knitting. Like,
it is. So it's not knitting. Knitting is with 2 needles, and crochet is with 1 hook. But there it is. So basically, it started out as a I'm going to practice my basic crochet stitches, and then I was like, oh well, I can make this into a blanket.
y'all can kind of see that.
So
Nice.
yeah,
There you go. Nice.
it's not the prettiest, but it was made with love.
Well, that's what matters.
And I started on my temperature blanket, my first temperature blanket. Yes.
Temperature blanket. Now, you told me, but Charlie has no idea what a temperature blanket
I
is.
don't either.
So a temperature.
Okay.
Excellent question.
Okay, so define a temperature blanket for us men who don't know anything.
Absolutely. So there are lots of different versions of a temperature blanket, but essentially what it is you do either 1 row or 1 square of crochet for every day of the year based on either the high temperature, the low temperature, or the average temperature for that day. So I'm going to do 1 row per day, and each row is going to be color coded based on what the high temperature was that day.
So what do you do with the months that have 31 days versus 30 days?
I make 31 rows.
Oh, but I mean, okay.
So one row is one day, not 1 month.
So it's going to be 365 rows long.
Okay.
And if she's doing anything under 50 degrees, let's say is blue,
Right.
and January, 31 days are under 50 degrees.
So
You
one.
would have 31 blue rows.
So
And
it's going to look like a color palette on.
Yeah, so it's close to like a rainbow as I can get. So I have like purple, like a dusty blue, a turquoise, a green, a pink, an orange, a coral, a red.
So when we go from like 70 to 100.
Right. When there are big drops in temperature, that's where you're really going to notice the
color change.
The color changes. But it'll be a lot of like peach, yellow, peach, because it's like around 65 to 70. And
does it make sense?
And so you make this all year long. Like this week, you're gonna make the first row this week, and each day you make one square to match the particular temperature that day. So
Right.
you're making a little bit every day for the whole year.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
So is it going to be 24 wide?
Oh no, so if I want it to be a square, I'm gonna have to make it like probably about 400 to 450 stitches wide or long.
Because it's 365
365 long. And I'm just gonna do a single crochet stitch, which is a little bit wider than the stitches are across. So the blanket that you showed, it was kind of a rectangle.
Yeah.
So that was 130 long, this going this way in the picture. And it was 130 going this way in the picture. But the stitches are sometimes longer one way versus the other.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and make it as close to a square as I can. It's going to be like an Alaskan king size blanket because I'm already just making the first chain to start.
Yeah.
I'm at like 60 or 70 stitches and it's longer than my couch because I'm using a really, really thick yarn,
Okay.
really thick, fluffy yarn and super soft that Nolan approved of. So it's going to be ginormous. And big.
Sounds cool. I'm still confused, but it sounds cool.
Do you have a picture of
I have,
one?
I have a video that I can show you.
So-
How is it?
So
Amazing.
Tom says it's amazing how T Swift owns a football team and didn't spend a dime. James, it did start. They had preseason the last couple weeks. College football kicked off last week, actually 2 weeks ago. But Ohio State's really the only one we watch, and they kicked off last week. The Niners played last Thursday. Did they play last Thursday?
No idea.
I don't know. Rusty doesn't know because it wasn't the Panthers. Columbus would look like a bad acid trip. Oh, with the wild temperature swings. Yeah. Oh, ours is going to be nutso. Because, I mean, we swing 30 to 40 degrees between sun up and noon.
Surprisingly, so I tracked the temperatures to date yesterday and like color coded them yesterday. Surprisingly, there's not there's none that go from like blue to red or anything like that because red is this extreme and purple is this extreme. So I don't have any purple next to red, but it's gonna like flow.
So I'm kind of envisioning, like when you flip on your Weather Channel app and you're tracking the storm. That's what I'm envisioning. Where the rain's coming across.
Yeah, and it's like yellow,
yellow,
orange, red. It's somewhat similar.
Charlie says Phoenix would be one color.
Yes, red.
And Columbus would
Is
be.
Charlie in Phoenix?
He's in Colorado.
Oh,
I'm going to Colorado.
because I'm going to Phoenix.
Yeah, Columbus would be all over. So would South Carolina. The Jets are at the Niners on Monday night, tomorrow night. Okay. Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha. Well, I don't care for the Jets, so go Niners.
I've learned about George Kittle watching that receiver show on Netflix. I like George Kittle, so
Yeah. There was a story about him, but I don't remember much about it, though. I remember the name and hearing something about him. But, well, Cub, what are you going to mix some for anybody else?
Yeah.
Did you take a snappy snap?
She did. You were talking.
Well, I was talking. I mean, that's part of
You've been yapping.
that's part of having a show.
No, but you've been yapping a lot.
Well, I got to keep the show moving, you know?
You didn't talk, so
we
someone
have been
had to.
very chatty today.
Yeah.
That's better than
I mean, I didn't. I know it's cooking with the Cub, but I mean, it's not ASMR with Cub.
I don't think I ever would do ASMR.
Oh. And she's doing Celsius, so that's a whole lot different than Fahrenheit.
No, she's doing Fahrenheit.
It said Celsius. Yeah.
80 degrees Celsius would be like way too hot.
Yeah, but
for any humans.
but like in Celsius though, there's a huge difference between like 26 Celsius and 20.
It's the
20
same as Fahrenheit. It's just different.
It's just on a different scale.
Yeah, it's on a different scale, but like when they're like, oh, it's 26 degrees outside and it's Celsius, that's like 80 degrees or
Right.
Fahrenheit.
But it doesn't.
But then when they say, oh, it's 25 Celsius, it's like in the 70s.
She had the Fahrenheit and then slash and the
Oh.
Celsius.
Okay.
Yeah. because
George Kittle kicks booty. Rock on.
What is 80 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
So
176.
Yeah, that'd be 176 degrees if it was 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
You mean Celsius?
Yeah,
What?
176 80 degrees Celsius
Yeah.
is 176
But what's
degrees Fahrenheit.
like 26 degrees Celsius.
That's around like 80 or 90.
But then like
It
23
has
Celsius is what?
Celsius.
Like 78.
I don't know how to figure this out. But anyway.
It's like meters versus, or like
Okay.
kilometers versus miles.
It's not
So,
a bigger
Celsius.
difference.
0 Celsius is
32.
32 degrees. It's the freezing
Freezing.
temperature
Yeah.
of water. 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling temperature of water.
So the difference between
It's-
Celsius low and high is the same as the difference between Fahrenheit low and high. It's just a different number. Just like the difference between 1 centimeter and 10 centimeters, the length is the same as the difference between like 2.5 inches and I don't know, 30 inches, whatever it is.
I would love some.
Recalculating.
It's just the same.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup.
Between tablespoons and ounces, the amount is the same. It's just a different measurement number.
Right.
Yeah, but
I had to add more
It's the same.
stuff.
The correlation, though, of-
needs, but
like if I was to do the math, like to say, well, it's 70 degrees outside, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, what's the Celsius? So if somebody tells me
Look on
that,
your phone.
yeah, so if somebody says, well, hey, it's 26 degrees Celsius out, it doesn't register what the Fahrenheit is. I
And
have
no
to
one's
do.
going to say that here.
Well, I know that.
Dad,
That's what I'm
Come here.
saying. I'm confused.
Come here.
Got a little bit of this the slow burn.
Yeah,
On the
it's the
buffalo?
same buffalo chicken that we used
Yeah.
last night.
It's good.
Dad,
All right, Megan Fred, have a great one, buddy. Give him the rock on. Rock on. All right.
you've been summoned.
Summoned.
to try my concoction.
You know, when we started doing all this stuff inside, most of my silverware in the drawer disappeared.
It's because you brought them inside.
Yeah. Let's try this.
Well, I don't know where all the knives are. I think they threw them all away because I had like 4.
Oh no,
It's not bad. I don't get the burn.
it's a slow burn. It'll sneak in.
Yep. Oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting a little bit of it now.
Yeah, it's not like super.
Yeah, it's not like in your face.
It's just a little spicy.
It's like a diesel engine. It takes a little while to get going, and then just keeps going.
It's crawling
Also,
up
the
the back of my
recipe
throat.
called for onion powder, and I grabbed garlic. So
You can't tell.
I think it's amazing.
Garlic powder.
I
Yeah.
think it's pretty good.
It reminds me of like when we would have we would call it trash bowl, just whatever's in the leftovers, you throw it in there. You know, you throw it on top of hash browns
Who
or
had
food.
a trash bowl? Because we did not.
I don't like that.
Leftovers is what we would call it. I mean, it was just whatever was left over, you threw it in a bowl,
I did not leave.
put
You
barbecue
have.
sauce. That's what I said.
Let's just not call your daughter's hard worked meal a trash bowl.
No, I said it reminds me of it.
Because that's kind of rude.
It was pretty good.
My cooking reminds you of a trash bowl.
No,
This meal.
Keep digging, Lee.
an ounce of sauce will cover up a mile of
Trash ball.
bad decisions. Well, that was crunchy.
I told Brian I'd asked if I can bring him home a plate, and I said, I don't know. I think I'm not sure what she'll say. So I think you have to be at the live to eat the live food.
No, he can have some.
The rule, we're not Uber.
No, we're just a garbage chute.
I said it reminds me of that, like loaded tater tot.
Reminds.
See, that sounds nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded table tots is a nice way.
Table.
Tater tots.
It reminds me of a trash bowl.
Remember how you talked about, like, it's not about the person, it's how you present it. And if you present on a trash can,
It reminds me of like when we take the leftovers, you just throw it in a bowl, put some barbecue sauce on it, and that was you ate that.
This family called that a trash bowl.
No, I called it that. But
Okay.
all partake in that
Right.
because I'm not mixing all that stuff.
anyway, yes, it's good.
Yeah. Unless it makes sense, I'm not mixing it together.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like we did.
All
right.
right. So it's approved.
Mom, do you want to try a bite?
Yeah, I'll take a little bit.
Dad, let her try a little bite.
The potatoes are cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
Some of them are crunchy and I like that. Because you don't know if they're going to be like crunchy crunchy. Or they're like
But
soft
they're like
crunchy.
cooked crunchy, not raw crunchy.
Yes. Uncle Steve, what's going on, buddy? Trash bowls are awesome. Yes. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, it's fine.
Uncle Steve,
Does it
tots.
have a trash
Yes.
bowl?
Going to pass it to Lee.
I'll finish it.
You'll sacrifice.
So, let's see. Uncle Steve's in.
I said hi.
I missed that too.
I can tell.
Imagine that. So,
I
well,
will say, I'm not such a fan of the barbecue sauce with the buffalo.
I couldn't taste the difference.
I would like one or the other.
it gives you that spicy barbecue sauce kind of thing.
Yeah, just not my favorite.
Hey.
The rest of it's great.
It's
All
all
right.
right.
Back in the bowl. It bounced off.
Well, all right. You gonna fix Rusty a bowl?
She already offered.
Oh, because we were talking last night. We were joking. You know when the guys get the touchdown, they do their little dance. I was like, we need to do that when we fix a plate and Rusty eats it and goes, "That's really good." Then we do our touchdown dance. Like when they would like bump chests or when they jump up and the guy catches them and throws him up in the air.
Do the gritty.
Yeah.
With,
We'll make up our own.
What's that one guy from the Bengals? What's his dance?
The Icky Shuffle.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can do that.
I love that commercial that they came out with a few years later. We're using the deli.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Put a
me up.
butter on me.
So double it and add 30. Oh, the temperature. Okay.
There you go. Double at 9:30.
To go from Celsius to
There.
Fahrenheit. So go backwards. Man, that's
To
a
go
lot.
backwards, you subtract 30 and cut it in half.
Yeah, that's too much math. Good morning, Kent. How you doing, buddy? We're fixing to get up out of here. Cub made a nice dish. She would show you, but she already ate it.
And I do it again.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I would eat that again.
well, cool.
And it's, if you didn't get a 10-pound bag of potatoes,
It's okay. We can do baked potatoes.
it would be under $10.
Truth.
Yep.
Like if you're like, oh, I made baked potatoes and I have these 2 potatoes left over that I didn't
Then I can
bake.
just,
Yeah.
just like that.
Full show.
So yeah. All right. Well, sounds like we all got some good stuff coming up this week. So yeah.
All right, call it out.
Mama's ready. Mama's done. All right, Cub, send us out of here.
There's tools in cooking. Did it taste good? Did you have fun? Rock on. You guys will also see you guys next week.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon.